This feels too nice. I feel like something bad's about to happen.
A few moments later.
What the God? What the what?
Do it, baby.
What's up? It's Camille, just being me. What does that even mean? Well, I do what I normally do, watch what I normally watch, and I record it. Why? Because I needed a fucking hobby. And tonight we're watching the series premiere of Interview with the Vampire, currently running on AMC, I believe. So first off, I know nothing about this show. I watched about half the trailer and I stopped because I immediately knew I wanted to watch this. I used to love the movie when I was younger. I saw it like a million times, and I'm pretty particular about my vampire shows and movies, but I am familiar with this story. I don't remember the story, but I'm familiar with it, but that's a good thing. Either way, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like it. And also, we have the actor that played Grey Worm from Game of Thrones. That is one of the lead actors in this show. I could have Googled that, and I almost did, but I'm trying not to be spoiled. Okay, I did. But as soon as I realized what I did, like, I looked away really fast. I didn't actually see anything, but I will look up what Grey Worm's actual name is. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. You can probably tell by my subscriber count that I am a new channel just trying to make my way in this world. But if you're feeling generous, feel free to do any of the YouTube things that people are always asking you to do. Please and thank you. Anyway, let's get into the episode. Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. To me, that means that they're going to stay truthful to her story. However, I never read the book. I won't know if they are or if they aren't.
There's stories out there that need to be told. There's shit out there that's just, wrong. News used to be a bunch of guys who look like me.
What's that scar on his neck? Ew. Oh, there must be... Oh no. I don't want to say what I think he has because I'm not quite sure yet. I'm pretty sure we'll find out for certain. That is beautiful.
I'm hoping we revisit the project boyish youth prevented us from finishing.
I feel like I've been here.
I offer, for your journalistic pleasures, my life story. Louis de Point du Lac. You've grown old, Daniel. I wasn't sure you'd remembered me. Your book makes no mention of our prior meeting.
Mention vampires in one of those readers tend to call bullshit.
You've had some health concerns of late. You have Parkinson's disease, Daniel.
Okay, Parkinson's.
What does it cost, this haven't aged in half a century, killer views in all directions, anonymity?
Quite a lot.
And here's another question. That's the sun out there. Where's your coffin?
You're standing in it.
He must not have some kind of daylight ring or amulet or something to let him walk in the daylight.
You were disrespectful.
I was high. I don't do puff portraiture anymore.
And yet you got on a plane with an autoimmune disease in the middle of a pandemic.
All right. That's my voice, but I don't remember it. I ask all the wrong questions.
Yes.
There's contradictions in your story I never follow up on.
Yes.
It's a fever dream told to an idiot. And you? Why again? What's changed?
Me?
He's still showing burning on his arm so he doesn't heal immediately.
I too find the tapes lacking.
I'm an old man with all the triggers that come with it. So let's do this.
He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. What are those? It looks like cats in the background.
So, Mr. Dulac, how long have you been dead?
He is such a cutie pie. I cannot.
The year was 1910.
One of the reasons that I know I'm gonna love this story is because I love this era of, New Orleans and people drinking and partying and the glamorous life and people just being heathens. Love it.
That was the old red light district, yeah?
20 blocks of drinking, gambling, and gluttonous whoring.
You were a pimp.
The product was desire.
He what? I don't recall him being a pimp in the movie. I could be wrong though.
I apologize, I apologize, I apologize. I was only trying to show you my love.
Fuck you. He stuck it in my shit box.
I did no such thing.
Gave him a chance to pull up, he kept on. You put a dick in an asshole without asking. That's against Jesus. Fuck you.
What y'all laughing at? Someone go fish.
Oh, it's just squirting out.
Me, nigga.
Ooh.
You don't make me regret my support. You repeat yourself, Mr. Fenwick.
Do you not realize, sister, your body is part of Christ the Lord?
Second time this month.
When you take fire,
Go on home. Tell Mama not to wait up.
listen to me, please.
I'm having a fucking night, okay?
Ooh, you kick him in the butt. You don't want to pull a weapon on your own little brother. But he's a pimp. And he's got to demand respect. And so even though he really ain't gonna do nothing, he's got to show outwardly in public that he'll do anything.
You couldn't look weak on liberty.
That's what I was
Never knew
saying.
who was watching.
He pulled his knife on me, Memo.
You would disrupt your mother's business.
This looks like
You hear that,
Charleston.
mother?
Your brother sounds like a pain in the ass.
Fragile, stubborn.
He said something about he was in the hospital.
But when Paul's mind was right, he was no burden.
I haven't seen you in confession of late, Louis. You know you can always come here if you're in need, son.
My business
He's
and my
like, I'm
raised
good.
religion
I
were
feel
at
you.
Tom Anderson's Fair Play Saloon. It was a palace of opulence and splendor.
So it's like Las Vegas, where you have like the Vegas Strip, and then you have, I forgot what the other street is, where like the local people hang out. I've only been to Vegas once, and I didn't really like do a whole lot. I need to go back.
Miss Lily.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I didn't see you no townhouse.
Louis, have a seat.
Let me explain. And another round for the musicians. Whatever they want. Ils sont toujours oubliés.
Yes, sir.
They're always forgotten.
Where was I?
That's true
On the boat.
sometimes. We had the same look.
A favorite. She puts a pistol to my head.
I couldn't
What?
believe it. Staring me down as his hands went wandering the seams of Miss Lily's dress. I wanted to take the end of my cane and slit his throat with it.
Why didn't you?
I couldn't move, and I found myself immobilized.
So just verifying they have glamour. That's what it's called, right? Glamoring when you freeze them. Oh my God! Why? Why is this necessary? Why is this necessary?
Please get my friend here anything you want.
I had come there for Lily, but I left thinking of only him.
I don't know when electricity really came. It looks like there's electricity, but maybe those are like fire lanterns. Maybe. Yes, they were fire lanterns. I guess I got my answer.
Unfortunates living near the wharf mostly. It's their theory some new kind of rat has come ashore.
Of the 6-foot variety.
It's you.
Gentlemen, well, you all know Louis de Locke. Louis, let me introduce you to Mr. Lestat de Liancourt.
We met already, Mr. Anderson, sir.
In front of a florist, wasn't it? We both wanted the last bouquet of lilies.
He got jokes.
I recommended the alderman find a managing partner before he commits his money. I recommended he think of you, Louis.
Very kind of you, Mr. Anderson, sir.
I said you'd do it for 10%.
All respects, Mr. Anderson, but you posing 10% for all the work?
What?
Wouldn't you say, Mr. Lestat?
Well, I can only speak of my experience, which is, I'm sure, different in my country. These men look down on you. I have to say, I find it
He can get
appalling
his
for
head,
men like
okay.
yourself. 15%. Do you not know your value? Do you suffer these indignities for some larger purpose?
That would be trippy.
I believe there is great opportunity in this city. But to seize it, I'll need protection from the wolves. And that's all to say, and forgive me, Monsieur de Pontelac, for my bias, but where is the business if there is no capital? It does not exist.
Something weird just happened.
He wouldn't tell me how he did it. His trick to make the world stop.
You started hanging out.
He was in love with my city and wanted to know everything he could about it. He had not revealed his vampire nature yet. I was being hunted. And I was completely unaware it was happening. I'm switching rooms. I don't need to hear you and your girl.
You can't feel him staring at you like that? I would be able to feel that. That'd be weird.
He ain't white, he French.
Oh, that's a new kind of white, is it? French white?
He different.
Invite him over. I want to meet this French white.
Yes. Yes. No.
He's not talking to anybody, is he?
I've never been east of Alabama.
Look at how his little brother looking at him.
I think every young family.
And what exactly is the nature of your relationship with my brother, Monsieur Leon? Cool.
He's just gonna come straight out with that shit.
The birds asked me to ask you. I wasn't being rude. Are you one with Christ, Mr. Leon?
How about you shut your damn mouth?
That's all right, Louis, madame. The birds speak for him. I came to know Christ in a monastery. And under the guidance and discipline of the monks who lived there, I came to memorize both the testaments, all the saints and scholars.
He is blowing his mind right now.
And so, to answer your boring question, there is an ocean between Christ and myself.
Stop! Don't do that shit here. Not with my family.
Can he make them forget?
I am cursed with my father's temper at times.
That's all right. It's the humidity. It does that sometimes. Why do we have some ice wine?
When Paul ain't picking at his plate, he picking a fight. If I had your tricks, I'd have done the same.
So that's his first reference to wanting to be like him, even though he doesn't know what he is yet.
However, drink up, my good man. The earth's a savage garden.
Wasn't that the name of a group from in the 90s or something? Savage Garden? Maybe.
Should we have a nightcap? You must, Louis. I bought you a gift.
A gift?
This just feels weird, Louis. I would say no if I were you. Oh. He's probably going to say yes then. Okay. Maybe it's not quite so weird to him. Okay, so AMC shows all the things. I'm going to have to remember that.
I told Mr. Lianku, you and me usually just talk.
What kind of a man wastes his waste with words? There's nothing to be nervous about. The curtains are closed. The servants sent home.
That's your thing then? You like to watch?
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis. From river
That would be so freaky.
How you do that? Get in my head like that.
Okay, now. I don't think I remember this from the movie either. Okay, first episode. Whoa, didn't see that coming. I wonder if he's being compelled to do this or if he just really wants to do this. I hope he just really wants to do this. Y'all haven't even talked about it yet.
It bears repeating, I did not consider myself a homosexual man at the time. Obviously, I've come to embrace my sexuality. When you were using drugs, Mr. Malloy, do you remember the best you ever had? Multiply it by miles. I had never allowed myself to feel emotionally close to anyone, much less a man. You could be a lot of things in New Orleans, but an openly gay Negro man was not one of them. I shut that night out of my mind and turned my attentions back to life as it was before.
Oh, she looks beautiful. He's not happy about this at all.
Altar boys come dancing every day for God.
The hat didn't always make it to the collection.
He's like, don't touch me. This should be fun. You still got it.
You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it.
That was so cute.
Gonna miss it.
Don't talk, I have to concentrate. Filet.
Those things don't look very sturdy.
Dirty rice. Beef.
I'm scared for them.
Remember the day I got taller than you?
Always bringing that up.
Shot up like a nut all over. Daddy said, you still doing business with that man Lestat?
Nah, didn't work out.
That's good. He's here to take souls. He told me so. He spoke to me without moving his lips.
You got tricks is all.
I love you, Louis.
And I love you too, baby brother.
This feels too nice. I feel like something bad's about to happen.
Paul.
Please don't walk off. Please don't walk off. Please. Oh my fucking God. What the God? What the what?
You must have said something to him, Louis. You must have said something to him to make him do that to himself.
He's blaming him.
He's a fragile boy. Paul's in hell because of you.
That's fucked up.
To them, what was my life worth? A big man of liberty.
That's a beautiful hat.
Satin, easy prey for the discerning predator.
Easy. What'd you say to me? I got it, boss. Keep walking.
Lestat's ambush had disoriented me. I could not join the transformation of those in attendance. He would not let me.
Come to me. Come to me.
Walk you home, Mama?
No, thank you.
That is so fucked up.
Didn't mean nothing bad.
Well, she did.
She just needs to put it somewhere.
She doesn't seem like the type of person that gets over things.
I did not go to the wake. I did not want to face my mother's blame, my sister's pity. I wanted to grieve alone, but he would not allow it.
Come to me, Louis.
And me, Miss Liv.
Miss Lily died, Mr. Dulac.
What?
Help me, please. He's in my head, Father.
Confess it.
I'm a drunk, Lord. I'm a liar. I'm a thief, Lord. I profit off the miseries of other men and I do it easy. Failed my brother.
No, son.
I lost my mother and sister, and rather than fix it like a man should, Lord, I run. I lay down with the devil, and he has roots in me. I want to die.
I don't know if a bunch of Hail Marys is gonna help with this one. Holy shit. What the actual fuck? What? I'm not gonna do anything.
How can you humiliate yourself like this? Ain't no fever out there. That's you. You bringing the death to town.
I give death to those deserving, but I can't give you death.
Uh-oh. We need to get bye. Even though I don't think he's gonna get out of there. You can try though. Oh man, that sucks. Oh shit! I was not ready. It's gonna be one of them kind of shows, huh?
The first time I laid eyes on you, your beautiful face, I saw that sorrow. I can take away that sorrow, Louis. I can swap this life of shame, swap it out for a dark gift and a power you can't begin to imagine.
I don't know if that's convincing enough. At least not for me.
You just and say yes.
It is difficult to explain how his words disarmed me. All my conceptions, even my guilt and my wish to die, seemed utterly unimportant.
Be my companion for all eternity.
I guess when there's emotions and things like that involved, I get where he's coming from. But for me, that wasn't convincing enough. I need to know all of the details. What am I really getting myself into? Ooh, he's turning green. Well, that was intense.
The end. The beginning.
Ooh, ouch. So my first thoughts are I really did enjoy this episode. The way that it looks was amazing. The music was amazing. The writing is absolutely beautiful. Some of the sentences and just the way that he described things were poetry. Now, what it seems like what's going on is there was the initial interview with the vampire, but the reporter was on drugs back then and the interview didn't go that great. So now Louis has come back in present time and he wants to do another interview with the reporter. Now he gets to tell the real story because I guess the first time around the original story wasn't completely accurate. I guess it usually takes me a second watch to actually figure out what I just watched. I don't remember when this movie came out, but I'm pretty sure the circumstances behind Louis being turned into a vampire didn't go like that in the movie. It had to have been the early 2000s, and I'm pretty sure they didn't show them having a sexual relationship. They may have implied it, but to have a full-blown sexual relationship between two men that were the leads in a movie was something you would not have seen back then. So I'm very glad to see it now. So anyway, in this version, Louis' father dies, and instead of taking over the family business, he went the more criminal route and he found success in running whorehouses. And so Lestat comes to town and takes a liking to Louis and basically seduces him. And so that, combined with losing his brother, his mother unfairly blaming him for it, is what convinced him to accept being changed into a vampire. Now my question is, how much did he know about what he was about to get himself into? Lots of times in vampire movies, the person in question spends a lot of time going back and forth deciding whether or not they want to give up their mortality. And typically it's like a life or death situation where inevitably they're about to die and the only way to save their life is for them to change. But even under those circumstances, usually the person knows kind of what they're getting themselves into before it happens, right? They usually understand about the bloodlust. They understand they can't go walk in the sun. You know, they get the general vampire rules before it ever happens. My question is, did Louis and Lestat have a conversation off screen that we didn't see? You know, did he have more of an understanding than what they showed us? Or did he just go into this completely blind? Anyway, if you made it this far in the video, there had to be something that you liked about it. So if you're in a generous mood, consider rolling over that like button and hitting that shit for me. It really does help YouTube help to find me and help my channel grow. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode, and thank you for watching.
Because I got high. La, la, la.